Eliud Nalima, as you've put it rightly. I'll say I'm a lawyer by profession, and I'm also a political analyst, which came as a result of associating myself with politics much, and I'm a serious politician, I would say.
You would say?
Yeah.
All right. Well, before we dive in, how it works is a person should be registered with a political party. Registrar of political parties and Ritu and Data Commissioner Immaculate Kasait are meeting today as we speak to discuss the fact that 300 complaints have been received after finding out they have been registered to political parties without their consent. They were registered as members of ANC, Ford Kenya, Jubilee, ODM, and other top political parties. And Eliud, this is obviously a breach of privacy, I think, to those that it happened to. How do you think this happened exactly?
Let's understand this clear from the onset. How do we find ourselves in such a scenario? It happens mostly during during the election seasons, when people are coming up with many political parties. And you understand that the process of registering a political party before you get that certificate of a political party to operate, you need to have a minimum requirement of 1,000 signatures from 24 counties. That is a majority county. Now, some political parties, I would say that have turned to be political, I would say, in the business of, looking for opportunities during the political campaigns. So what they do, they come up with a party to siphon money from some aspirants who are desperate without parties. So they are quick to register, but they do not meet the minimum requirement of 1,000 signatures from 24 parties. Now, what they do, they will just collaborate with some people to get the data without following the due process as enshrined in the Constitution. That is Article 31 of the Constitution about privacy. So they do not care. Maybe some people opine that they get this information from mobile operators, some from registered persons without their consent, because they are in their own business, they know well. So that is the genesis. But now moving forward, legally, this is a breach of privacy as per the Constitution. That is Article 31 of the Constitution. And I think also the people who've been minded to do this, look into this issue, they're not doing their job. Look at the register of political parties. As a profession, that is Section 17 and Section 18 of the Political Parties Act. You find that Section 17, it stipulates what can amount to that the political party should have their records kept at their headquarters office and their account office, and the records should back informations. But we find that if these parties, they have their record, but they do not pair the right information, and the Act 18 now permits or allows the political register of political parties to check into, to scrutinize the record of the political parties, and if they find something is not consistent, then some measures should be taken for those parties that do not comply. And one of the things that is highlighted there is that if you're giving false information in the record, and false information arises whereby you're registering without their consent, you are making the register of political parties to understand, believe that people continue to being members, which is not true. You find that it is a breach of the rights of the citizens. So that is an issue that we should look into. The registered party should be keen and should do their job as it has been enshrined in the Political Parties Act, and the Data Controller Commission. They also need to be keen on their job, because it means that someone is not doing their job. And this is actually many issues, bring up many issues. You understand that, for example, someone who is not, who ought to be politically neutral and is now being, then you go for an interview where you're supposed to be politically neutral. For example, you're going to be a judge. Yeah, you're in an interview, and they realize that you are affiliated to one political party, which is not within your knowledge. You do not understand how you found yourself there. Right. So it will impact your interview and your qualification position. Sure. So it can have an impact, negative impact to your position. So this is an issue that we should focus into, seriously look into that, and do the necessary requirements. For example, we can go the legal, we take actions against those political parties. Is either you can deregister them because they are not complying with the law. They are doing things. Actually, they are denying the citizens the Bill of Rights, as by the Bill of Rights, Article 38 of about the political decisions, that you are free to associate a political party of your own choice. But now when you find yourself in a register, in a political party that you do not subscribe to, they are infringing on your right. And this is something that we should look into seriously. Right, and I would say that the reason to why we're having such a things, such a discussion, is about, I would say that it is ignorance. And ignorance has really destroyed this country and everything. Because people are not aware that, you have certain rights, and someone should not take advantage of your ignorance to use your information, your data. That is something that we need to educate our people. Civic education will also help. And I'll say that the law is not even clear about the responsibilities, or rather how to execute these. It has provided that the political party need to take an action when such action is inconsistent. But now the thing is, how you take action when there's no framework laid down. I think we need to have a lay down a framework on how to deal with such issues. I think the framers of the Constitution, they didn't encapsulate this when they are making the Constitution, that some parties might go ahead and use other people's information, and they say maybe it is an error. So it is something that we need to come together. And it is a good thing, I'll say, for a data commissioner and political parties to come together now to bring their minds together and find a solution, because this is a problem that needs to be given attention. Okay, and
I'll stop my point. It's a problem that does need to be given attention. We're going to take a brief break, and then we shall be right back with more on our bulletin.
Follow, subscribe, click